Hello and salutations, it's me, Salty, here again with another 2 cents toy review. Today, we are going to be talking about Tamashii's Star Soul Flame Effects. Disclaimer, I got it on eBay, the seller was in China, so it's probably bootleg. But, you know, I got two different colors. I got the red flames and the green flames, and I'll get into why in a second. And the red was $12, the green was $13. They were both free shipping, so I'm not going to complain about it being a bootleg. I mean, I'm not above it, you know. I didn't buy them to resell them or to give away or anything. I bought them for me for a display, so I'm all about, you know, bootleg, repro stuff. Like the lightsabers for the Kenners and the weapons for G.I. Joe, all that kind of stuff. Like, I'm of the mind that if it's for your collection and you're not trying to pass it off as authentic and you're not trying to resell it, you just need something to kind of flush out a display a little bit, you know, save yourself a couple bucks. I don't know. But anyway, you can see here on the boxes, or I guess I'm going to show you a box because it's the same for both. It's a lot of Chinese writing, maybe Japanese. I'm sorry, I can't really tell the difference. I know, I'm a little bit ignorant, but either way, not a whole lot of English, so I can't even tell if it says what color is on the box. I'm just glad I got the colors I was supposed to get. Now, when I opened them, holy crap, that was a strong odor. It was, whew, woof. It was a strong, rubbery, plastic smell. Was not expecting that, but they've been out of the box for a little while now, about an hour, and the smell has subsided, or I've just gotten used to it, one of the two. Now, they come in different pieces. There's kind of like 3 big chunks, and then there's like little hand effects that you get with it. And 2 of the big chunks come in separate pieces, and they are a pain in the, swearing disclaimer, a pain in the ass to put together. And they're very sharp. You know, I kind of punctured my skin a little bit snapping them together. That's on me for not boiling them first. Like, I knew I felt too much resistance to try and put them together, but I did it anyway, because ain't no one got time for that. Now, I bought them. I don't really dabble or collect in SH figure arts too much. I have a couple. I've got the Black Panther SH figure arts that comes with the Tamashii Rock. I've got a SH figure arts Broly that I got from, what was that, the Dallas Fan Days, I want to say. And, you know, I'm not going to use red or green flames with Black Panther, and Broly is much too large. He's every bit of probably 10 inches tall. These things are a little on the small side, as SH tends to run smaller, as we know. These are things that we know. But anyway, so as you can see here, the first big chunk measures up at about 3.5 inches tall by 4 inches wide. All these bases are curved, so it's a little hard to get an actual kind of measurement with this one-dimensional, I guess. Well, I mean, it's not, everything's 3D. We live in a 3D world, but with my little measuring board here. The next big piece is a 2-piece. You can see kind of where, I guess, bottlenecks towards the middle. That's where that gets put together. It's about 4 inches by 4 inches. Not too bad. Now, the Tallboy here, this is my favorite flame effect. It's also 2 pieces. But it's about 6 inches by 4 inches. I know it's faced the wrong way to show depth instead of width, but all the bases are about the same. So that's kind of what you're working with here. They don't form a perfect circle when you put all the points together on them, but, you know, you don't really need that, I suppose. Now, what we're going to show you here is I bought the red set. I just was looking up Tamashii effects on eBay because I had the Rock, like I said, from the Black Panther one. And I saw the flames, and I bought it for my Human Torch, the Walgreens exclusive Hasbro Marvel Legends Human Torch. He wasn't a bad figure. It just, all he came with were the kind of the extra hands and a couple fire fists, I guess is what we'll call them. And it didn't seem like it was enough. Like, he didn't, you know, as people know through like the Annihilation Wave and everything, he's got some punch to him. So I was like, you know what? If I'm going to put him on my shelf, I want something to make him look a little more OP. So I bought those flames. And they're not bad. In some of these pictures you can see I put a little of the bits and bobs on his wrists, the extra effects that I'm assuming if you had a SH Figure Arts, they would fit better. They're just a smidge too big. They'll fit around the wrist, but if you want to put the hand back on there, you're gonna encounter some struggle. You know, I mean, you could probably take a Dremel and file it down a little bit, but I got mine to stick. It just, if you inspect it a little too much, you'll notice that the hands aren't fully inserted into their wrists, but it does what I needed to do. And the green, you might know where I'm going with this. There's a certain character in the Marvel Legends, with Marvel Legends and the Marvel Universe, that tends to deal with green effects, maybe green clouds, and if you're like me, and you see green flames, and you know of another Marvel Legends figure that needed just a little bit more, I got it for the Marvel Legends Mysterio. Now, I know we're supposed to be getting a Mysterio for the Far From Home Spider-Man wave that hasn't been released. They didn't show it at a New York Toy Fair, but there is a UPC code floating around. I found it on the Fwoosh's website probably 3 months ago at this point. So one allegedly is coming, but we haven't seen any photos of it yet. But the one we do have has some effects, but they only kind of hang around his ankles. And it just they're all like tentacles looking, and they're kind of weird. So I bought the green flames to add to my Mysterio, because he needed a little something extra. Just something that, was more, I guess, engulfing. And I added a little bit of a smoke effect here, just to try and make him look cool. And I like it. I think it turned out really great. The extra bib and bobs, the little flamey things for his hands, actually fit better on him, just because he has kind of an open palm hand, so he can kind of hold on to some of them, so it looks like it's coming out of his hand versus trying to clip it onto his wrist. And for scale, I thought, you know what? I've got two regular Marvel Legends that are about the same height, and I have the perfect Build-A-Figure that also has flames, and I threw in Dormammu here, because he's got red flames on his head and green flames with the skulls in his hand, so I can mix and match. And he's just a hair too tall for them. I mean, obviously he's a Build-A-Figure, he's going to be taller, but I thought it scaled pretty well, honestly, and I was pretty happy with it. Now, the overall quality of these, again, they're more than likely bootlegs or knockoffs, or however you want to call it. They're hollow, so they're not super heavy, but they are really pointy. And the base, I want to say it's the green one. The base on one of my green ones is warped, so it won't sit flat. That's why when I showed you the height measurements, I chose the red, because one of my green ones kind of wobbles a little bit. And I can't say I'm displeased. I'm glad, I'm happy with my purchase. They come in other colors. They have 2 shades of blue, I think, black, clear, yellow, purple, which I'm considering getting the purple just because there's a lot of figures I could go with. I could use that with, Blink when she comes out. I could use it with Professor X, like he's, I could use it with my Wonder Man or Power Man. Wonder Man. I guess Power Man is Luke Cage. I don't know. It's nice to have in the arsenal. It's nice to have these little effects. Like, you can even feasibly, you could get the blue one and maybe do something with, like, Magic, for example, or do something with Namor. You'd have to do some customizing to make it look like water instead of fire, but, different things, different strokes. But yeah, I'm not going to post a link to them on eBay because I'm not going to encourage people to buy bootlegs and knockoffs. Like I said, I don't condone it, and I don't, how should I phrase this? I don't condemn it either. Like I said, if you're doing it for you, for your display, just to have a little extra something, and you're not trying to pass it off as authentic, then that's fine. Like, I do it, and I'm not going to resell it. And if I go to sell my collection, I'll be sure to either remove all the bootleg stuff from my collection, which really these Tamashii effects are the only things that I have that are bootleg, other than I think I have a repro I have a repro blaster for my Han because I gave my actual blaster away to someone. Looking at you, Jeff. And That's about it. But I would remove it from my collection or make it an option like, hey, I also have this, but I'm not going to include that in the price. I have sold my entire collection twice before, and it's extremely painful. I'll make a video about that later on. This is my third collection. I want to say my third or fourth collection that I've started. And but we'll get into that in another video at another time if you want to learn about it. Anyway, I recommend these if you just need something to kind of flush out a display. You know, it's not bad. $13 free shipping. It took 3-4 weeks to get here. So, you know, do what you want. Leave constructive criticism down in the comments or tell me to kill myself. Do whatever you want. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to 2 Cents Toys. You can find us on Instagram at 2_cents_toys. And you can find us on Twitter at 2 Cents Toys, all one word. Have a great day, and we will see you in the next video. This is Salty, signing off.